Hello and welcome to part 2 of Si Vs A.I, which is a football prediction channel where I'll be taking on 6 popular AI platforms to see who can predict football results the best. Will it be me or will it be the machine? If you're into your football or soccer, for our American friends, you'll know that the World Cup's just a couple of days away, possibly just one day away by the time I get this video out. So I've decided to kick off the channel with a World Cup special where I'll be predicting the outcomes from all 104 matches that have been played in this extra large version of the World Cup to see who can do it better. If you haven't seen the first video, I was predicting the 12 opening games from groups A to F. I'll post a link somewhere, possibly up here, or maybe up here, when I work out how to actually do that. I'm not the most technically gifted. And this video is going to be part 2, and that will be taking in the games from groups H through to L, and that will be the next 12 set of matches. Just before moving on to part 2, I have put together a little footballing fact sheet for the World Cup. Everyone loves a little fact sheet. So as we know, with this World Cup, we've got 48 teams have qualified. 26 have returned from the last World Cup that was in Qatar. There's 4 debutants, which is Cape Verde, the old green Cape, Curacao, Nike Air Jordan, and Uzbekistan, who almost pulled off an excellent result against Netherlands the other night in a friendly. It was 1-1 right until the last few minutes, where Netherlands got a last-minute winner. The biggest stories, really, we've got Italy missing out. Got knocked out by Bosnia and Herzegovina on penalty shootout in the qualifying. They haven't been at a World Cup now since 2000 and I want to say 2010, but is it 2014? Long time anyway. A couple of the other nations, we've got Qatar, last in the World Cup 2022. That's because they hosted it. They're making a return. Not seen since 1974. We've got the Dr. Congo and Haiti. They're making a return. Iraq last in the competition in 1986. 1986, one of my favourite World Cups, by the way, in Mexico. Just loved everything about it, apart from Maradona's handball. But if Peter Shilton would have got off the floor a bit better, we wouldn't be talking about that. But there you go. Making a return since 1998, we've got Scotland, up the jocks. Austria and Norway making a return to the World Cup. Turkey, first appearance since 2002. Would have thought. Seems like they've been in most big tournaments, but probably that's just been the Euros. Czech Republic making an appearance since 2006. South Africa making a return. First one since 2010, which they hosted. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't have been at that one. Prior to that, 2002 was when they last actually qualified for a World Cup. Paraguay and New Zealand also making a return since 2010. Algeria, Ivory Coast and Bosnia making their first appearances since 2014. Ivory Coast always got a good group of players, so always good to watch. And then returning, or after missing the last World Cup into 2022, we've got a return for Colombia, Egypt, Panama and the Swedes, managed by Harry Potter. So that's a little country fact sheet for the 48 teams that's qualified, and we'll move swiftly on now to the predictions for the second part of the Runner Games now, groups H to L. I've done A to G in the last video. But just before I do, a quick recap on the old scoring system that's going to be in play. So if we get quite a simple system, you get 5 points for an exact correct score. So predicting England to beat Croatia 2-1. If that is the outcome, 5 points would be awarded. Correct result and goal difference. E.g., if I predict, for example, England to win 2-0, but England end up winning 4-2, that would be 3 points awarded because it's the correct outcome, as in an England win, and also the correct goal difference. So 3 points are awarded. If you just get the correct outcome only, so for example, an England win, you get 1 point, and if you get everything wrong, you get a big fat 0. So that's the simple scoring system. Yeah, so this is the prompt that I use to coax a response from the 6 AI platforms that I'll be challenging. So I asked them, you are predicting football results in the World Cup for a YouTube series called Si Vs A.I. I need you to predict the final score for the matches. So I wanted a final score prediction, I wanted a match winner or draw prediction. A short reasoning within 2 or 3 sentences, see how they got to that outcome. Give me a confidence percentage and 1 key playoff factor that could decide the match. And I'll run through some of the AI reasonings and confidence percentages as we go through the video. Right, moving on to the predictions then. So first game kicking off. Part 2 of the video is Spain versus the good old green Cape Verde. I've gone for 3-0. As you can see, all across the board there, AI is also predicting a Spain win. They are predicting mostly 3-0. The only one that's gone even further is to say 4-0 is the co-pilot. They've gone for 4-0. A little bit of reasoning. We've gone. I've chosen ChatGPT's reasoning for the Spain versus Cape Verde game. They'll give it an 80% chance of happening, a win. I'm guessing that's the win, not the correct score. Confidence, because 80% confidence in a correct score would be quite high, and I'd be going straight down to the Ladbrokes with a big fat bag of cash if that was probably going to be the outcome. I'm guessing it's just going to be the match outcome of Spain to win that match. 80% confidence ChatGPT has got, and the reasoning they're given was Spain should dominate possession and control the tempo from the start. Cape Verde may well be organised, difficult to break down early, but Spain's technical quality should create enough chances, and the key factor being Spain's midfield control, and I expect them to dominate this game. 3-0, probably cautious prediction from me, it could be more. But opening game of the World Cup, everyone's finding their feet, so that's why I've gone for 3-0. I don't think anyone will get overly annihilated in the first match week, judging by the matchups. Right, moving on, we've got the Belgians. So we've got Belgium versus Egypt. I've gone for 2-0. The other platform that's agreed with me on this one is Claude. Claude has gone for 2-0. All the rest have gone for 2-1, so they expect Egypt to score against the Belgians. Again, decent squad. Belgium's always got good players, technically gifted. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to watch this one. Egypt, they're one of the African powerhouses, really. Them, Morocco, Algeria, they're some of the better nations, some of the stronger nations. You'd always have them in your top 8 of top African nations. So yeah, could be an interesting watch. AI reasoning. So I've chosen Gemini's reasoning for their result. They've given the match result, or the match outcome, a 70% confidence rating. Belgium still possess a high ceiling of elite creative individuals capable of unlocking stubborn defences, which they think Egypt will be. They've gone for a match score of 2-1. Egypt will be dangerous opponent, relying heavily on discipline, shape, fast counter-attacks, but Belgium attacking depth could see them edge it. Key factor is KDB, Kevin De Bruyne, his ability to pick out defence-splitting passes through a congested Egyptian midfield, and I'm guessing defence as well, because they're probably going to sit in two Chris Eubanks of 4. Right, so moving on, we've got Iran versus New Zealand. I don't know what to make of these two sort of minnows. Iran, probably the more organised overall, I'd say. I've gone for 1-0. I don't think there'll be much in this game. We've got 3 sort of different outcomes here on the go from the AIs. We've got ChatGPT's gone 2-0, Gemini 1-0, Claude 1-0, Grok 1 has gone for 1-1. Copilot 2-0, and Meta has gone 1-0. So I've got all in the favour of Iran, apart from Grok, who's gone for a draw, and it could well be New Zealand. Not particularly that strong. Chris Wood, main player, if they can get some balls into the box, he's obviously going to be an aerial threat. He's about 7 foot tall. But I don't really rate him on the floor. I know he had that good season at Forest the season before last, before he got injured. Nuno was getting the best out of him, the way they were playing. I don't think New Zealand will play that way, the way Forest played, and they certainly haven't got the players that Forest have got. So I've gone for an Iran win, and I think that will be the outcome. I've chosen Grok's reasoning for this one. They've given the outcome of a Iran win of 54% chance. Grok went for a 1-1 draw. Apologies, they've gone for a 54% chance of a draw, not a win. And their reasoning being both teams are defensively disciplined, hard to break down. Iran, good organised shape and good at set pieces. New Zealand are physical and compact, expect a low scoring, cagey affair, and key factor they've gone for is the set piece delivery. And that could be a factor if you're trying to whack it on Chris Wood's big head. Right, next one, moving on. We have got Saudi Arabia versus Uruguay. Uruguay managed now by Marcelo Bielsa of Leeds fame. Well, obviously he was famous before that. He's managed some big clubs around the world. Yep, his Leeds team are always good to watch. In your face, very attacking, high tempo football, high press, aggressive press. Can he do the same with Uruguay? We'll see. They've got some good players, Uruguay. Darwin Núñez, formerly of Liverpool. Got some other good attackers. Quite a few Premier League players, probably, and certainly been playing in most of the top leagues in Europe. I've gone for 1-0 to Uruguay. I think Saudi Arabia are generally quite well organised. Probably won't pose much threat going forward, but I've gone 1-0. The other formats, mainly 2-0 across the board, apart from Copilot, who's gone 0-3 Uruguay. So all the rest 0-2 to Uruguay. I've gone 1-0 Uruguay, and Copilot 3-0. Reasoning, I've chosen Claude's reasoning for this one. 69% they think of a Uruguay win. Yeah, I'd probably say, yeah. I think Uruguay will win that. And when Uruguay are a battle-hardened, technically cynical side, dirty, is that what they're trying to say? And genuine quality up front. Yeah, I agree with that. Saudi Arabia shocked Argentina in 2022, but can't rely on that lightning strike twice. Uruguay's defensive solidity, and the clinical edge should see them through. Key factor, Darwin Núñez, raw ponytail power and directness that Saudi Arabia probably can't handle. Yeah, I think I agree with that. Right, next one. We got the French versus Senegal. France, if you haven't seen the first video, there will be a link there or there somewhere when I work out how to do it. I did ask towards the end of the video, I asked the AI platforms who they think will win the World Cup, and also give me an outsider shout. A lot of them did go with France. I think me and 3 others went for France. Or was it me and 2? Yeah, I think me and 3 others went for France. 2 went for Brazil, 1 went for Spain. So a lot of people think France, I think, are going to win this World Cup. I think they probably will. Although I watched them against Northern Ireland in the friendly last night. Northern Ireland did get in behind them a couple of times, so that's promising for teams that are going to be playing France. But maybe it'll be a different story on the big stage. This one I think will be a good, decent game. I do fancy France to win. I think it'll be quite an open game. I don't think Senegal are the type to just sit in, try and keep it tight. I've gone 2-0 to the French. I think they'll have too much quality, especially in the attacking half of the pitch, attacking third. All the rest of the platforms have gone 2-1 to France, apart from Meta, who's gone 2-0 like me. And let's get a bit of reasoning from the AI. So Copilot, give it a 58% chance of a France win. Co-pilot has gone for 2-1, and they are saying that Senegal's athleticism makes it close, but France's depth and individual brilliance usually decide tight matches. Key factor, France's attacking stars. And yep, totally agree with that. When you've got players like the French have got Dembele, obviously Mbappe, doesn't really do much for club sides generally, but as soon as he puts that French shirt on, he turns into a different beast. Yep. So let's move on to the next game. Iraq versus Norway. And Norway, right. Basically, Erling Haaland. Yep, I've gone for a Norway win. I've gone for 2-0 to Norway. All the other platforms have gone for a Norway win. ChatGPT's gone 2-1. Gemini 3-0. Claude 2-0. Grok 2-1. Copilot 2-0, and Meta 2-0 to Norway. Let's use Meta for their reasoning. They've gone for a 75% chance that Norway will win this game. That's quite high. And basically, in one word, Haaland. That's it. That's what it says. Iraq will sit deep and fight, but Norway's set pieces plus Haaland's movement should break them down eventually. Gap in individual quality is huge. Key factor, Erling Haaland. 1 chance equals 1 goal. And it normally does for him. Absolutely outstanding forward. He does get a lot of chances at Man City because the way they play, possession-based, ball on, put the ball on a plate for him, basically he just taps it in. But there is a bit more to his game than just tappings. He's strong, physical, powerful, good in the air, good on the floor. Yeah, I can't see nothing but a Norway winning that one. Right, what we got up next? Let's have a little look. Argy-bargies, so we got the Argentinians. Let's see what they're up to then. So, Algeria, again, one of the better North African nations, quite strong, but in terms of generally defensive shape, I don't think they'll be able much going forward. I'm thinking on this one, I've gone for 1-0 Argentina. I don't think Argentina are going to blow them out of the water. I'm hoping that they start with this prediction. I'm hoping. I don't really care how they start, but for the prediction wise, I've gone for 1-0. I'm hoping that they start like they started the last World Cup, and that was a bit poor, although they did go on to win it. But if you watch the first video, you'll see why I thought that. Something to do with FIFA and Messi. But anyway. Right, all the platforms, ChatGPT 2-0, Gemini 2-0, Claude has gone 3-0, Grok 2-0, Copilot 3-1, they'll be giving Algeria a goal, and Meta 2-0. So everyone thinks there'll be at least 2 goals for Argentina. At least I've gone just for the 1-0, bit conservative. And let's have a look at the reasoning behind it for AI. ChatGPT, your reasoning, they'll give us a 72% chance of Argentina winning this game. It's quite high. Argentina should control the game with experience, composure, superior attacking quality. Algeria can be dangerous given the space, but Argentina should manage the match. Key factor, Argentina's experience. I think Argentina will win. I don't expect them to blow them out of the water like 3-0, but you never know. They've got the players. Right, let's move on. So we got Austria versus Nike Air Jordan. Jordan making their first appearance at a World Cup. I've gone for 2-0 to Austria. Across the board, it's wins for Austria. ChatGPT's gone 2-0, Gemini 3-0, Claude 2-0, Grok 2-0, Copilot 2-0, and Meta has gone 3-1, giving Jordan a goal on their first appearance at the World Cup, which would be nice for them, but hopefully not just for the prediction channel. I want to get the points. Right, so let's have a look at the reasoning. What has Gemini said? Gemini's gone 3-0, which is the biggest score. Austria intense, high pressing and technically a rigid style under modern coaching makes them incredibly difficult to play against for developing football nations, which I'm guessing they think Jordan is one of them. Jordan will give everything, but Austria's sheer physical intensity and Bundesliga-forged counter-pressing will smother them. Key factor, Marcel Sabitzer orchestrating a high press and triggering quick turnovers high up the pitch, and I've given it an 85% chance of an Austria win. So I think Austria will win. Next up, we've got the Portugal versus the Dr. Congo, Dr. C. Let's have a look then. I've gone for 2-1 Portugal. I think I'll give Dr. Congo a goal. I think Portugal is an aging team. I have, however, if you haven't seen the first video, I've gone for Portugal as an outsider for the tournament. I'm basing that on, well, they have got some good players, yes, but also the fact that FIFA might want Ronaldo to win a World Cup before he retires. So they'll make sure a lot of the decisions, or 50-50 decisions, will probably go in their favour. So, you know, a bit like Argentina. And when South Korea hosted the World Cup with Japan in 2002, if anyone can remember that, when you see some of the decisions that South Korea got in that game, yeah, especially getting through towards the semi-final stage, yeah, I can see a similar thing happening for Portugal. So I've gone for Portugal as an outside chance to win the tournament. But for this particular game, let's get back on track. I've gone Portugal 2-1. Everybody else has gone bigger wins, actually. ChatGPT 3-1, Gemini 3-1, Claude 3-0, Grok 3-1, Copilot 3-0, and Meta has gone 4-0. Smash him out the park. I want to see Ronaldo take all the 3 kicks for Portugal. I want him to do all that stupid build-up and all that, and then boot it over the bar like a buffoon. I hope he carries on. I don't think he scored a free kick for the national team for about 28 years. And I just want to laugh at him every time he puts it in the stadium. Although he is, obviously, he has been one of the world's best players ever to grace the game, and yeah, him and Messi, absolutely ridiculous. But his free kicks are funny when he's got a Portugal shirt on. Right, reasoning for this then, this big win. Claude are predicting that Portugal have match-winning quality across every position and should be far too strong here. Dr. Congo will be physical and direct, but lack the technical refinement to contain Portugal for a long period of time. A comfortable professional performance from Portugal. Key factor, old Bruno Fernandes. Creative heartbeat who creates and scores in equal measure. And yes, he sure did this season in the Premier League. He was fantastic, had a brilliant season for Man U. So let's see if we can carry that on into the World Cup. One thing that does worry me a little bit about Portugal is some of the players are getting on a bit, but we'll see how they get on. Next one, England. So England versus Croatia. Be popping out to watch this one on the Wednesday night. Don't boo me, but I've gone for a draw. I know. Yeah, I've gone 1-1. We haven't been overly convincing in the build-up to this World Cup. Obviously, we've got good players. Is it the strongest squad we could have picked? I don't know. Yeah. We'll see. Old Tuchel, he has picked players that he thinks are in form, and most of them were. Which is a refreshing change rather than just picking the same household names that we're used to and never doing anything, or never winning, getting over the line. I know last few tournaments, granted we've got far, Southgate did a brilliant job there, I guess, if a little boring to watch. But, it's better than getting knocked out in the quarters, isn't it? So, Right, we'll see how we get on. I've gone for the draw. ChatGPT has gone 2-1, Gemini 2-1, Claude 2-1 in favour of England. And the other 3, Grok, Copilot and Meta, have gone 1-1, along with my suggestion. England, we always seem to struggle against Croatia. They've probably still got Luka Modric at the age of 47 running the midfield. He'll probably still run the midfield because he's a quality player. I don't think it's the strongest Croatia team there has been. I've had some really good teams down the years, but England, as soon as we face Croatia, we can't seem to get over the line against them. So I've gone for the draw, and fingers crossed. I'll even take a hit on the predictions here. Hope we get the win, get off to a good start. Not the end of the world if we don't. 3 teams are likely to be able to get through in most groups. So even England, even if you have a shocker, we can still get at least third, hopefully. Right, Grok's reasoning for this. So Grok has gone 1-1, same as me, and they've said it's an evenly matched up, 2 technically astute European sides, high quality matchup. England has youthful energy and depth, while Croatia has immense experience and technical midfielders. That's basically Modric. Expect a tense and balanced game. Yeah. Key factor, midfield battle. Bellingham versus Modric if Bellingham starts. Will 2 go for Rodgers? Who knows? Watch and see. Confidence on this one for the draw. Grok has gone 52%. It's always difficult predicting draws, but Grok has gone for a draw. I've gone for a draw. Copilot and Meta have as well. Right, moving on. We've got Ghana versus Panama. Ghana versus Panama. Avelta. Ghana, yeah, generally quite a strong African nation. Got some good players, mostly playing most of the top European leagues, normally powerful, you know, the type of players, you know, powerful, quick, good on the ball. Yeah, I've gone for 2-0. I don't think Panama will score in this one. I guess it's just about, how many Ghana can score. So I've gone for 2-0. ChatGPT 2-1, Gemini 2-1, Claude 2-1. Grok has gone for the draw. Copilot has gone 2-0 and Meta has gone 2-1. So everyone bar Grok thinks Ghana's going to win the game. So let's get a bit of reasoning from the Copilot. Ghana's pace and physicality should be too much for Panama, who struggle against dynamic sides. Key factor, Ghana's athleticism. So we got 78% confidence in a Ghana win for Copilot. I hope they're right. Right, making their debut in the tournament, Uzbekistan. Interesting. It'll be interesting to see how they get on. I always love seeing teams that haven't played in a World Cup before. It's always nice. Very unlucky the other night to not get a draw in the friendly in the build-up against the Netherlands. Netherlands were winning for the majority of the game. Uzbekistan scored fairly late on, only to let one in even later on, which was a shame. That'd have been a nice little confidence booster for them ahead of the World Cup. So yes, so I've gone for 2-0 to Colombia. I think Colombia will be too strong. Generally, South American teams do fairly well, so we'll see how they get on. I got some strong players, this Colombian team. ChatGPT thinks the same, 2-0. Gemini the same, 2-0. Claude 2-0. Grok 2-0. Meta 2-0. The only one that's got a slightly different route is Copilot, who's gone 3-1 to Colombia. So all across the board, Colombia wins. Everyone's 2-0 apart from Copilot, who's gone 3-1. And we've got Meta for a bit of reasoning here. Colombia's flair, Luis Sinistera out wide. It's too much for Uzbekistan, who will be disciplined, but lacks any World Cup level firepower. 70% chance of a Colombia win, AI have given me. Key factors, Luis Diaz, 1v1 threat, forcing defensive collapse. Right, that is all the matches I've gone through. We'll just have a little recap. I've got one somewhere. So, a little recap here. So Spain, I've gone 3-0. And the rest have joined me on that, apart from Copilot's gone 4-0. Belgium, Egypt, I've gone 2-0. Co-pilots 2-1, Gemini 2-1, Claude 2-0, and the rest. Grok, co-pilot, Meta, I've gone 2-1. Uruguay against so Saudi Arabia versus Uruguay, I've gone 1-0 Uruguay. All the rest I've gone 2-0, apart from co-pilot, who's gone 3-0 Uruguay. Iran, New Zealand, I've gone 1-0, think it'll be low scoring. ChatGPT 2-0, Gemini 1-0, Claude 1-0, co-pilot 2-0, Meta 1-0. The only ones given New Zealand a bit of hope there is Grok, who's gone for a 1-1. France, Senegal, wins across the board for France. I've gone 2-0. 2-1 everybody else, apart from Meta, who's gone 2-0 with me. Iraq, Norway. We've got... I've gone for a win, Norway, obviously. 2-0. ChatGPT gone 2-1. Gemini 3-0. Claude 2-0. Co-pilot 2-0. Meta 2-0. And Grok's gone 2-1. All in the favour of Norway. Argentina, Algeria, I've got 1-0. Everybody else has gone a bit higher. We've got 2-0 from ChatGPT, Gemini, and Grok. Meta, 3-0 for Claude, and 3-1 co-pilot, all in the favour of Argentina. And then we've got Austria, Nike, Jordan. So we've got 2-0, I predicted, 2-0 ChatGPT, 2-0 Claude, Grok, co-pilot, 3-1 Meta, and 3-0 Gemini. Portugal against Dr. Si. I've gone Portugal to win 2-1. I think they'll get a goal, Dr. Si. So does ChatGPT and Gemini. They've gone 3-1. Grok's gone 3-1. Claude 3-0. Co-pilot 3-0. And Meta gone way out there on 4-0, which will be one of the biggest scores of the round, possibly. England game. Come on, England. 1-1 I've gone for. I know, don't slate me. 1-1. ChatGPT, Gemini and Claude have gone 2-1 England, and Grok, co-pilot and Meta have gone 1-1 with me. Ghana, Panama, wins across the board for Ghana. I've gone 2-0, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, ChatGPT, Gemini and Claude, 2-1 Meta, 2-0 co-pilot, Grok out on its own with a 1-1, and Uzbekistan against Colombia. 2-0s all across the board, apart from co-pilot, who's gone for 3-1. Right, that is the end of the video, you'll be pleased to hear. What I'm planning to do, I'll get, after match week 1 is completed, I'll do a results video so we can see how far wrong I was and how far right, that sounds a bit political, how correct the AIs possibly were. I'll put together the running table. We'll go through the results, do a little results video before match week 2, and we'll go through the same thing. If you do like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, give us a thumbs down. Feel free to subscribe, it doesn't cost anything. It's a new channel, so I was trying to get it up and running. Please subscribe, follow for the rest of the tournament, and we'll go through the results together and the predictions. After the World Cup, I'm probably going to do a similar sort of thing for the Premier League, Champions League, and that sort of thing. Maybe other competitions, FA Cup, so on. Although I might not do 64 matches for round 1 and so on. Maybe round 3 when it starts proper. Although I do love the early rounds. Right, thanks for watching. As I say, give it a thumbs up if you like it. Feel free to make your comments, make your predictions in the comments if you want. I will post a link to the first video, or if you just go to the channel, you'll find it on there if I can't work out how to do the link, because I'm not technically gifted. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you.